Hope you guys are able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, as discussed yesterday, actually we have completed that the sample Spring Boot application. We created an image and we have uploaded that image to Docker Hub. Okay, and yeah, we tried to pull that, and we have run that image locally, and the one which we don't have in local, we try to run with the Docker container run command, which is exist in the Docker Hub, so that it can pull from the Docker Hub, and it ran and it is executed in our local. And also we are able to run those images using Docker container run command, and we're able to see those output, okay, whatever the image gave yesterday, right? So yeah, so now it's now a completely a different topic from Docker to the UI concepts. Okay, so I'll just start with HTML. What exactly HTML is? Okay, so yeah, most of us, like know internet, right? Like in the internet you see the Google Chrome, or Edge, or Internet Explorer. What are the browser that you take? Okay, so if something something in the browser, okay, if you want to execute, or if you want to create a, a website, or a kind of one sample, one single static page, okay, static web page. Okay, so this is one of the famous markup language to create those kind of static pages, okay, using HTML. So what we can do with HTML, okay, so I'll try to give some examples from W3C. Okay, so I did not had any I did not prepare any examples from here, so that I can use W3C schools with sample examples, and we can execute them in the W3C lab itself. Okay, so this simply HTML is called as like hypertext markup language. Okay, so the present version which is on market, like it is HTML5. Okay, and it is having you know um, like lot of things are introduced in HTML5 to give more power, and to give more facilities in the when you are creating an application using HTML. So yeah, now yeah, let us see a couple of examples, like how the HTML, and how it is going to execute in your browser. Okay, so there are few tags that you need to remember when you are with HTML. Okay, so let me go here. HTML. Okay, yeah, most of the people like this W3C schools. Okay, so this is what the HTML tutorial, okay, for from the W3C school. Okay, so when we have if you want to develop a one small small web page, static web page. Okay, so it starts with some tags. Okay, so we'll go through what exactly these tags are, and just a minute. Yeah, this is what, so okay, so if you see here the doc type HTML, this is where, the doc type HTML, that is the first tag that you see in, in any of the web pages. Okay, so this declaration actually defines that this document is an HTML5 document. Okay, so, and also when it comes to the HTML, this is our root element for the HTML page. Okay, and for the head, okay, head is like, it is the element contains of meta information about the HTML page. Okay, so there are certain meta tags that you can use, okay, at the head level, okay, at the head tag level. And one of that is title. So you can give a page title over in the head. Okay, so once we run this actually in your, in the lab, you'll see what exactly, it is, how it is giving and all, right? So head is only, for giving that meta related things. And, you can also write the JavaScript related tags over there in the head. Okay. And when it comes to the title, actually, element specifies a title for the, HTML page. Okay. And the main part is body. Okay. So body is, having all the data. Okay, which is, going to executed in the browser. And it will have all the visible elements and everything, headings, paragraphs, images, hyperlinks, tables. Okay, everything, whatever you wanted to display on the browser, you generally use this body tag. Okay, and inside the body tag, we we all have, like, you guys create, okay, some of the tags using some of the tags, like, paragraph, and h1 is one of the tag, like heading 1. Okay, and once it is done, actually you are going to close that, the body tag and the root tag. Okay, so let's see, instead of trying over there in the browser, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this. Okay, I'm just copying it here. Yeah. Okay, and when you copy that, and let us save it as, first dot html. Okay, I'm saving it as HTML. Okay, I saved it. Okay, just close that one. And when you save it as HTML, actually how it looks, it is giving, the default open, like, the default software, which can run is a browser, right? So just double click on it. Okay, and select Microsoft Edge. Yeah, see, so this is our, this is our first page, right? Like, to execute that something on the browser. Okay, so what we have done, we are just, added certain tags. Okay, we have just added certain tags, and we have given a title, page title. If you see here, the page title, you can see it here, right? Page title top. So the title is going to change your page title. Okay, and whatever you are seeing it here, it is going to execute in the body. So that will, you will see here. Okay, so similarly, you can do lot of things, using HTML. Okay, and with the new concepts of HTML5, you can also embed, videos and audio related things also in the using in HTML5. Okay, so Yeah, there are a lot of things. I'll try to cover, a couple of different HTML elements that we are going to use it. And from there, actually I'm going to jump into JavaScript. Okay. But, there are so many things that we can use it in the HTML. You guys can, go through those elements and, understand them. If you have any questions, do let me know. Okay. So I'm going to cover like, another couple of examples. Okay. Using, let me go to the tables. Okay. So if you want to create a table structure, okay, so what you will do, actually we do have HTML tables. Okay, so there is a similar kind of you know this thing, table. And what is table is, our root element for the table. And inside, actually we are going to cover like tr. Tr means, it is going to be table row. Okay, first table row, generally what we will maintain, actually we will maintain headings, right? Like, if you wanted to create some table over there, on top of it we create a heading for it. So the first is th, that is t, heading. Okay, heading is like company, contract, and country. So in the first row we created 3 columns, which starting with the, with an heading, company, contract, and country. So once that is done, we have closed that tr. Okay, so saying that, okay, my columns headings are done. Okay, and then you started again creating a tr and just giving that td. This is table data. Okay, when you say td, it's a table data. Okay, and it is going to, we are going to add some data and close that row. And again you are going to create a tr and add some data and close that table, sorry, close that row. And once the data is done, you're going to close the table, the root element. Okay, so let's, like, just take this, okay, and copy it into our you know uh, our HTML page. Okay, Mm, pen with, yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just, adding here table, just saving it and try to run it again. Okay, see, you see it here, right? It just created 3 columns. One is company, contact, and country. And inside, actually we have it added those, names, okay, one by one, right? But it doesn't look as a table, right? So how do you add those properties? Okay, like, table row, uh, and table details and everything. Okay, let's see, 1 second. Okay, so, okay, so inside, actually if you wanted to add something in the table, okay, just a second. Yeah, this is what we need to do. So table borders. Okay, so table border, okay, you can also do it with a style, you see here. So I'm gonna copy this style and just paste it here in the head part. Just save it and do a refresh on your page title. That's it. Okay, now it looks like a table, right? So similarly, we have lot of things that in the table also, like, table borders, table size, and you can use different colors and different type of these things. Okay, so if you see here, I'll just cover a couple of things. Okay, dotted table borders, and we are going to use the border style. So in the border style, you can use all these things. Okay, you can use all these things as a pattern. Okay, so if you use double, it is going to get a kind of double kind of table. Okay, so let's see something. Border style dotted. Okay, so let me add it here. Okay, I'm just saving it. Come back and just do a refresh. Yeah, so it changed those into dotted lines, right? So if you want not a dotted lines or solid, if you want to use it, just replace it with solid. Okay, and save it and just do a refresh. So it comes with solid again. Okay, so if you want to fill some colors, if you want to change the pattern of your table, okay, you can still use different round table borders. If you see here, border radius, just add this border radius. Okay, okay, now do it, go back to your page title and do a refresh. Not coming. Why it's not coming? Okay, one second. I just need to remove this collapse. No, just try. Yeah, see here. Okay, so similarly, we have lot many things to try on the tables. Okay, and like table sizes, table headers, and padding, spacing, column span, table styling. Okay, so something like that. If you want to get the data. Okay, so even number will be having a different color, and odd number will be having normal color, something like that. Okay, if you want to use that in way, you can use this. Okay, and even columns also you can use it. Okay, so something like this. Yeah, these are different patterns. Okay, that you can still maintain those colors and all. Okay, within your table. Okay, so let me go with this. Um, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so what I'll just try to use the even one. Okay, and let me try to execute over here in the. Okay, right. So it just changed the color. Okay, so yeah, So this is what, like, one element for the table, okay, from HTML. So you can store the data in table format and you can display it, okay. And yeah, let me come to a different topic on HTML, okay. What do you want to see? HTML colors, you want to see something? No, 1 second. Okay, so if you really want to build a form, okay, which contains some input elements like username, password, or something related to form, right? How do you do that, right? HTML is having a very big, you know, uh, tag which is called as HTML forms. Okay, so if you really want to build something like this, okay, first name and last name, and if you want to submit something, okay, so how do you do this code, right? So it is very simple. What you need to do, actually, you need to add a form element to the application, and you have to write some code, okay, something like this. Okay, so I'm just giving this form element after this form element. I'm just giving form name is equals to first form. Okay, and in the form you trying to give input type text box name equals to array first name value equals to empty. Okay, and let's close this. Okay, and before this, actually, yeah, I just wanted to give something, a label kind of thing, first name. Okay, just copy this one and last name. Okay, and just change this one to last name. Okay, yes, try to execute the same. Okay, like with the browser. Page title. Okay, see, it just created. 1 second. What I'll do is just give some BRs over here. And here also. Okay, save it and rerun it. Okay, and also you can create a submit button. Input type equals to button. Name equals to submit equals to submit. Value equals to click me. Okay, so if you rerun this, okay, it is going to add a button saying that click me. Okay, you can just enter whatever you want and you can just click on this. Okay, so when it comes to the HTML, right, So generally, HTML, I mentioned, like, we mostly use it for static pages. Okay. So when you see something click me, okay, so there is something action that you need to perform, like you want to post this data to somebody else. Okay. Or to post this data to some other program or some other HTML. Okay. So to pass this, actually we are going to use some kind of actions in the form. Okay. So what are all those actions? Let us see. And yeah, see this one. So form action. So when you click something, when you click on some button, or when you click on something like submit button, what action that I need to perform? Okay. So I don't have any like kind of uh, runtime programs, okay, to take these first names and last name right now. But in when we go ahead and create the React app tomorrow morning, okay, I will show you like how this is going to be work. Okay. Let me go and just click this now for, okay, for a demo purpose. But yeah, so what we are doing, actually, you are going to this is has been executed, and it gave us, like, first name and last name. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to just give my name, and okay, I'm just clicking on the submit button. So what is going to happen when you click on submit button is it is going to call this action. So what is this action underscore page.php? I don't know, like, there might be some code which might displace the first name and last name combinedly. Okay. So, but this is there at the server side. Like, when I say server side, something, running on the IA server or application server. So I just click submit. Okay. So it says your input was received as first name is Harish and last name is Kailasa. So the server has processed your input and returned this answer. That's what they're saying. Got it right? So, something, if you wanted to execute at the server side, okay, and you want to pass these elements from HTML to server, okay, we generally use the form tags, okay, and form action, okay, action related things, and there are a lot of other things. Okay, once you start exploring these form elements and all, you'll be able to understand. Okay, and till now we just covered all the the most useful HTML form related things, and also there are a couple of tags that we covered like today for under HTML. But there are a lot of things that we need to explore, okay, in the HTML. So if you guys start doing that, and if you have any questions, do let me know. I'll try to explain those those tags, HTML related tags. Okay. And yeah, let me go to the next topic, JavaScript. Okay, what is JavaScript, right? You know, this is a very powerful object-oriented, programming. Okay, which follows this. Okay, earlier actually JavaScript was not OOPS. Okay, but now I think it changed everything, and it is very lightweight, and like very very much used programming language right now in the JavaScript. On top of JavaScript, there are plenty of frameworks which are built. Okay, and one of the framework that we are going to see on the React. Okay, and we'll create an app on it. Okay, but just for the introduction of JavaScript. Okay, so I just wanted to give a couple of examples how JavaScript is going to work, and how the syntax and everything we are going to create it in a page, so that I can see some kind of possible things to populate. Okay, let's see how JavaScript is going to work, okay, with some examples. But in the market, actually it is ES6 is the current version of JavaScript. Okay, and okay, it is released around 1 year ago or something like that, but I did not had any exact date of it, but yeah, 1 year back, I think, it released that ES6 related version. Okay. And okay, I just added some kind of, the version related changes. Okay. How JavaScript has been changed over the years. Okay. So let me show you some examples over there. Yeah, this is what one of the, ES6 updates in detail. Earlier, actually, when, yeah, so let me go back, go to the up. Yeah, so this is covered from ES1. Okay, it is started from 1997, and the last ECMAScript which was came on 2018. Okay, so 2018 was the last update which we got it from JavaScript. Okay, and so what they introduced, right? There are a lot of things that they have started covering from ES. Okay, 1997, uh, till 2018. So they started adding, some of the greatest features, whatever we have it in the object oriented concepts. Like, if you see here, this is, we are talking about ES3, like it is around 1999. Okay, so it added most of the regular expressions and try catch, all those things, right? And try catch. So ES3 is having, these things, switch statement, and it is having this try and catch blocks also. Okay, so ES4, right? ES4, actually it is having, uh, what is this? Added strict mode for JSON support and string.trim. Okay, so these are very small releases, but I just wanted to show you something in the ES5. Okay, so ES5 is the major release which happened on 2009, and it is like, they give lot of things, okay, in the ES5. Okay, and what are all those, right? Actually, we usually have some collections, right, in Java, and we have certain elements, like, to iterate, right? So those things were introduced in ES5 for JavaScript. Okay, so if you see here, this is what one of the special method, every. Okay, so if you want to print each and every element, whatever you have it in your array. Okay, so we use this, this element, okay, method, and it is going to print on your screen. It is going to return, that. Okay, I'll show you one second, one small example. So how you gonna declare this? We are going to add it at the head. Okay, script, script, and let me copy paste first this one. Oh, why? Okay. Okay. So instead of returning, I'm gonna do alert. Okay. see what it does. Okay, let me execute this, the same one. It says true. Okay, why it mentioned true on top? Okay, so the method is like, okay, 1 second. What's this? Yeah, so the element whatever we have it on the function. Okay, so it is going to give you the alert whether if it is a true or false, right? So or else what I'm going to do, I'm just removing this and just give that control S. Go back and just do a refresh. So it is going to give you, what was the first element? Yeah, so the first element actually it is going to give you, and it is going to execute that. Okay, and it is giving that alert to you on the screen, right? So the same way actually we what we can do, we can so every method checks to see if every single element in the array satisfies the condition you have passed it. Okay, so that's why it is going to give you the return value true or false for each and every element. Okay, so the same way if you want to filter out something, okay, so we can use the filter methods. Okay, filter method is a for loop, okay, that has an if statement. If the statement element passes to test, okay, you push that element to a new array. This is how filter will work. Okay, so that means like whenever you are performing something, okay, so it is going to push the return types, okay, the return from into a new array. Okay, so I think you guys are aware about for each. Okay, for each is kind of to loop all the elements and it is going to log them in the console, right? So see, okay, how it does. Instead of alert, console.log. When you do a refresh, okay, so you don't know like where it printed, right? And now we have dev tools. Okay, when you click on F12, okay, actually there is a console that we have it. Okay, so 6, it logged in over here, right? The console.log will work to log your the things whatever you wanted to log it. Actually it will display over in the console. Okay, this is our dev tools. Okay, to enable the dev tools you have to click F12. Okay, which will enable the dev tools. Okay, let me do one thing. I'll just copy the same, this one, and oh no, not required, right? This is only the one. Okay, and I'll just paste it here. Just do a refresh. Yeah, so if you see here, it printed a couple of things. Okay, so what we printed actually for each element in the array, we are just adding in, multiplying into element means like whatever we are getting here. 6 into 2 12, and 4 into 2 8, 5 into 2 10. So 6 into 2 12, 7 into 2 14, and 7 into 2 14, right? So it printed 2 times 14, so it just added 2. Okay, because it is printing 2 times. Okay, so what you understood with the JavaScript, right? Like, if you want to do something, some processing, or, some logic that you wanted to implement when you know, which is not possible in the HTML. Okay, so if you want to connect, or if you want to maintain some session, or if you want to, perform some logic on the elements that you are using in HTML, So we generally use JavaScript, okay, to perform these kind of actions. Okay, so let's see what we can do with JavaScript. We'll take some other examples. Okay, yeah. So like if you wanted to get your timestamp, okay, and the current running time, okay, just an example. Okay, so what you can do, you can just you can add a JavaScript method, okay, and the JavaScript method can give you those details, okay, all the time related things and all. Okay, so let me see here. So it is giving you the details of the complete time, right? So let us try what exactly it is. Okay, so maybe that script was not written here. Okay, so it is going to get today's date. Okay, see, this is what it is going to execute. See, so what it is doing here, so it is going to, whenever you click on the button, on click, okay, so on click, this is an action, whatever we are performing, okay, on click. So I'm getting the document dot get element ID demo. Demo is what? The paragraph, right? So paragraph is some of the demo, like it's the name of it, ID of it. And in the ID, what we are trying to do, we are doing inner HTML. Inner HTML means, like if you want to render some dynamic data, okay, so the dynamic data can be rendered using inner HTML. So what we are rendering here, we are rendering date, the current date of the today's date, so that it can display on the screen. So that is what it is doing. Whenever I click it, that is giving the date, right? You want to try this? Okay, let me do it in my uh, title. Okay, just keeping it here. Button. Okay, go back, close the space, title, refresh. Okay, see, click me, right? Just click on it. That is going to give you the date, today's date. Okay, so what JavaScript is doing for the static pages and for these things, actually JavaScript is providing a very good dynamic and interactive pages for HTML, right? So you can do lot of things with JavaScript as well. Okay, so let's say if you want to so something, so if you see here, I have this first name and last name, and whenever you are clicking something, right, you can call a JavaScript method. Okay, something like this. There is that name. Okay, see here, click me, on click, just call JavaScript colon, click me. Okay, and you can write one small method over here. Click me. So yeah, I'm just going to copy paste something. Okay, so whatever we have it here, document dot get element ID. Okay, so demo, and I'm giving this date. Okay, or else we can give you something else also. Okay, so let me give. What is the error? Really? Just a minute. Okay, JavaScript methods. Yeah, something. Okay, this is okay. So might be there using this way. No, but I'm using very simple method. So to let you guys understand first about the methods and all. 1 second. That's fine. Let me try to run this. Okay. First HTML unexpected token. Okay, let's see. Yeah, just a minute. Okay, there are a lot of methods, but it is in a different way. But the one which I wanted to explain you guys, like it's a very old technique, and that from there actually we can add those things. Just a minute. Okay. Okay, something like this. Okay, so yeah, anyhow, okay, 1 second. I'll just get that syntax. Okay, I know with the how to create and all. Okay, and I will share it in the PPT. Okay. Yeah, but the thing is, like, what JavaScript does actually, it makes all the HTML related things into dynamic, okay, and interactive. Okay, similarly, if you want to get, asynchronous calls, like, what is an asynchronous call? Like, the user will not know what exactly what happening in the background, and it has to hit something somewhere in the server side and validate something and come back with those response. Okay, so these asynchronous calls are mainly used for logins, and we use it for some of the validations of the forms. Okay, so how we can achieve this asynchronous calls, right, using Ajax. Okay, so Ajax is one of the powerful framework, okay, which was designed on top of JavaScript and XML. Okay, and actually it is going to call any server side program, and it is going to execute some validations, or if you want to check, like, whenever a user is trying to log in, so you want to check whether this username is exist or not. So when you type the username on top of the screen, actually it will say that this username is not found, something like that, before clicking the button itself, right? So how it is happening internally, it calls an asynchronous call to the database, and it will verify whether this user is present in the DB or not. Okay, so and it immediately gives back to you and as a response, saying that okay, this user is not found. Okay, try to use another username. So it is going to give some red color intendant, or red color response, saying that okay, it is not present or something like that. Okay, so we will cover this Ajax. Okay, but before going end to the for today's class, actually what I wanted to you guys to create, go with the React one. Okay, so what exactly the React is? React is one of the powerful JavaScript library, okay, to build single page applications. Okay, so when I say single page applications, actually React is one of the popular framework, okay, to develop all these things. And for these things, actually it was created by Facebook. Okay, and how it is going to work? Okay, it is also a component based. Actually, whenever you create anything in the React, okay, we call it as component. Okay, for each and every component, okay, we are going to have a single page. Okay, so you divide everything into a component. Okay, let's say if in your screen you have certain elements that you wanted to maintain. On the top you have a header, and on the bottom you have a footer, and in the middle actually you have certain forms. So each and every element is considered as a component. Okay, header is one component, and the form element, whatever you are having it in the body, it is a separate component. And there is a footer that you are trying, actually that is also a separate component, right? So all these things are considered as a component in the React. Okay, and this is one of the mostly used framework in to build single page applications. And also it can give it can create help, it can create some of the applications on the iOS and also Android. Okay, so it is called React Native. Okay, with the help of it. So let's see what how you can create a React application. Okay, for that actually we need a couple of things. First is Visual Studio Code. Okay, and Visual Studio Code is one of the IDE. This is also very popular IDE. Okay, to build UI components and JavaScript and Angular or React related applications. If you want to build it, so you can use this an IDE. Okay, and you have to download the Node.js. Okay, and install it. Okay, so when you install Node.js, actually it is going to install the npm also, which is the famous the which is the command that we are going to use it as to build your React application, to build your Node.js application, sorry, to build your React application. We use this npm command. So to download these two things, right, it is very simple. go to Google and just search for Visual Studio Code, and once you have that site, just download it. And this is how it looks actually, the Visual Studio Code. Okay, and the next one, the npm sorry, Node.js, actually it is also there in the Google. So this is how the nodejs.org, and just download whatever the compatible one, Mac or Windows for you. So just download the latest version, whatever you see it here, the current version. And once it is done, so you whenever you wanted to run the new if you want to create a new React application, right? So what you can do, you can just use a command called npm npx. Okay, npx create react app. Okay, I'm gonna run that one. Okay, yeah, yeah, it is going to create an app. So asking for yes, proceeding. So it will take a couple of minutes. Okay, yeah, it is creating that new React app. Okay, and it is installing all the React related components, whatever it required to run that application. Okay, and once we have that React, right? Okay, React application created. Before that, we'll go and check back, couple of commands. Okay, the couple of commands, like I mentioned, we do have this npm. Okay, what is npm? I think you guys remember Maven. When we are working on the Spring Boot, actually we used Maven to build and Maven to download the dependencies and everything, right? So similarly, when you come to the React, actually we have npm, which plays the same role as Maven. So you can build, you can create new applications, and you can maintain that application using npm. Okay, yeah. So it's almost done. Just give you a second. Once this is done, I will try to run that React application. Okay, and then we can wind off. Okay, for today's session. And tomorrow, once we back, actually I'm going to integrate this this React application with one of our Spring Boot service, and we'll try to call that. Okay, so if you see here, it's done. Success, created to do app. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cd to do hyphen app, and just click npm start. Okay, so what it done? Actually, it started the application. So this is your first React application. Okay, so what did npm start did it? Okay, so npm start, it compiled your application. Okay, and once it is compiled, actually it started embedded server, and it opened the browser with HTTP localhost 3000. Okay, and this is our the basic application whichever it is created, and it was like this is our basic page from the React. Okay, so we'll go in the deeper, like how these components are divided. I'll show you from using Visio tomorrow, and we can continue creating, adding this particular React application to get some of the service call. Okay, and I'll just cover a little bit basics for 15 minutes or something for the React, and I'll explain the example how to connect to the Spring Boot application with a project. So you guys will understand that how to connect the UI to Spring Boot. Okay, yeah, that's all for today. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow. Yeah, thanks all. If you have any questions, do let me know.